Developing news coming out that U.S. military bases in Germany, Italy, Romania, and Bulgaria all throughout Europe have raised the threat level to Charlie due to possible threats, and you can see that as imminent threat of terrorism. They know something is coming, but they're not telling us exactly what. Just like the warnings we've been hearing from FBI Director Wray about potential attacks here on U.S. soil. And this coming out across the headlines today, U.S. military bases in Europe on high alert over possible terrorist threats, according to reports. Here's one from ABC News. Several U.S. military bases in Europe put on heightened states of alert. One from Newsweek, U.S. military bases threat level elevated due to potential terrorist threats. And this comes as the United States is sending Abrams battle tanks to the NATO frontline nations, as we're hearing that we could be preparing for all-out war with Russia. And we're hearing that this could spark World War III. And this comes as just yesterday I shared with you that Russian President Vladimir Putin has now ordered banned missiles to be built after a major treaty with the United States is scrapped. He is saying that those old banned missiles, that they should be built, and in addition to that, they should also be placed in Russian ally nations within striking distance of the United States and NATO nations. Now, to get more details on Russian President Vladimir Putin's request to start building these banned missiles, stick around to the end, but I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to what's unfolding today, as this threat level has been issued to imminent at level Charlie. Now, also, I'm going to be providing resources for you down in the description below, including today's video sponsor that's going to be helping you with one of the best ways to invest, but more on that later on in the video. But let's go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. And before we do, if you appreciate the updates, even though they might not be what we want to hear, that we are on the verge of World War III, do me a favor though, if you appreciate knowing what's taking place, take a second, hit that like button for me, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Make sure you're still subscribed. A lot of people saying that they've been unsubscribed. We're not sure why YouTube is doing that, but make sure you're still connected to get the updates. And with that being said though, let's go ahead and get you caught up on the latest so that way you can know exactly what is taking place with the world today with this elevated level of threat. What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? Well, with iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes until you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. They've completed a total of over $8.7 billion in transactions on behalf of over 200,000 investment clients. So click the link below and see how iTrust Capital can help you make the most of your crypto investments. Now, link in the description below to this article from Newsweek that came out today that says several United States military bases across Europe were put on heightened states of alert over the weekend due to concerns that potential terrorist attacks could target personnel or facilities, according to CNN, who spoke to U.S. officials on Sunday today. U.S. Army garrison in Stuttgart, Germany, where U.S. European Command or EUCOM is headquartered, issued a community-wide elevated alert level to Force Protection Conditions or FPCON Charlie on Sunday until further notice. The alert status aims to ensure readiness and rapid response capabilities for any potential threats in the region. According to CNN, who spoke to one of the U.S. officials who is stationed at the base in Europe, said that they haven't seen this level of threat in at least 10 years, and said it usually means that the military has received an active, reliable threat. The U.S. Army employs a system called FPCON to assess and communicate the levels of threat to military personnel and resources. These conditions range from normal peacetime operations to the highest state of alert in response to specific threats. According to the U.S. Army, the 5 FPCON levels are normal, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta, the highest state of alert. However, Bravo, which indicates an increased or more predictable threat of terrorism activity, became common and implemented widely as a preventative measure to enhance security and preparedness across all Department of Defense facilities for many years following the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. Meanwhile, Charlie sets in motion curtailment plans for non-essential personnel. So we saw the highest level after 9/11, and they're saying we are now at the second highest level. As of today, these warnings have been issued. Although it's unclear what triggered these heightened security levels, so they're not giving us all the details just quite yet, European authorities have warned of a potential terror threat on the continent due to highly public events such as Paris Olympics in July and the current European Football Championships in Germany. According to the U.S. Army, the Charlie level of alert applies when an incident occurs or intelligence is received indicating some form of terrorism actions or targeting against personnel or facilities is likely. Addressing the alert on Sunday, EUCOM said in a statement that it is constantly assessing a variety of factors that play into the safety of the U.S. military community abroad. As a part of the effort, we oftentimes take additional steps to ensure the safety of our service members. Meanwhile, garrison officials in Stuttgart said that a variety of services would be affected because of the increased threat level, adding that until further notice, some of those reduced services include access to some eateries and on-post barbershops. Many other services will have a significant number of employees teleworking, or offices will be opened with reduced staff. Customers should maintain flexibility and allow a longer than normal service time, the garrison said in a statement. In addition to the garrison in Stuttgart, the Charlie level alert is also placed for the Avino Air Base in Italy, according to the Stars and Stripes. The alert comes after President Joe Biden announced that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO summit in Madrid in June 2022 highlighted a significant increase in U.S. military presence in Europe, with over 100,000 U.S. service members now stationed across the continent. This includes the establishment of a permanent headquarters for the U.S.'s 5th Army Corps in Poland, aimed at improving command and control, interoperability with NATO allies, and overall defense readiness. In addition, Biden said that he would also deploy additional air defense, logistics, and engineer assets in Germany and add air defense capabilities to forces in Italy. NATO is strong, united, and the steps that we're taking during the summit are going to further augment our collective strength, the president said at the time. To that end, today, I'm announcing that the United States will enhance our force posture in Europe to respond to the change in the security environment, as well as strengthening our collective security. Biden's announcement comes as a response to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. In addition, tensions between NATO countries and the Kremlin have continued as NATO leaders have increasingly warned that direct conflict with Moscow is a realistic danger. This comes after Russian President Vladimir Putin and senior Russian officials have repeatedly threatened nuclear escalation against Kiev and its Western partners since Moscow launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022. And this comes as yesterday I shared with you that in the last 48 hours, we've heard that Vladimir Putin orders banned missiles to be built after major treaty with the United States has been scrapped. Vladimir Putin has called for production to resume in Russia of intermediate-range missiles. At a meeting of Russia's National Security Council, Putin said, "We need to start production of these strike systems and then, based on the actual situation, make decisions about where, if necessary, to ensure our safety for the placement of these." And we're hearing that those are going to be in striking range of the United States and NATO nations. Now, to get the latest on this, be sure to check out this video right here as I covered it in detail for you live. Check it out. All of the articles are linked. I cite all the sources so that way you can see exactly what is going on. But you guys, that is the latest. As more comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.